Without a shadow of a doubt, it's the Crockett Show in social media history. I want to welcome you to what I call Talk That My For Real. So get on your phone and call them and tell them I am the 5-star general HISD. I stay 6 steps ahead of you every day of the week. And tonight, I'm going to expose the list. Of schools that they looking like they might close. Y'all better get a seatbelt for this. Say, man, let me answer this call. And I hold on a second. Chris, what's going on, man?
What's up, Gerry Monroe?
Man, I'm in the middle of doing a video, brother. What's happening?
Okay, what's the best time to call you? I got somebody to get some information from you. I need some guidance on.
I call you when I get done, Chris.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Say, what's going on, man? I'm back. Apologize, man, blowing up my phone. But you got to wake up real early in the morning to get ahead of me in this school game. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I eat and sleep it. I eat and sleep it. I'm telling y'all, I really do. I really do. I eat and sleep it. Now, there's been talk for months about HISD closing schools. And they decided that they're going to start having workshops on closing or consolidating schools. Now, all you black politicians out there, y'all know this. But I ain't going to call your name. But if they black, then you know who I'm talking to. But you know they want to close our schools. I want to show y'all something, and I want y'all to rock with me. Let's do it like this. One morning in Chicago, Illinois, they voted and woke up and closed 49 schools in Chicago, Illinois one morning. And when they closed those schools, Chicago was already off the chain, but it wasn't like it would now. When they closed those schools, you got Chicago like right now. So when you close a school, you close a community. You follow me? When you close a school, you close a community. A lot of kids ain't gonna be bused. A lot of kids ain't going, to the other side of town. It's not gonna happen. Chicago woke up and closed 49 schools. So I want you to hold on for a second, because in Houston, with the way that they plan on doing it, let me go back up in here so you guys can see me. So what would happen if they closed a bunch of schools in Houston? That means that the crime rate would increase. It would increase. So I got my hand on a memo the other day about the workshops that they're going to start doing and the type of criteria that they're going to start using to maybe close our schools. Now, what they're going to tell you is he don't know what the hell he's talking about. Yes, I do. I know exactly what I'm talking about. And now y'all understand why it was so important not to have me on that school board, because I ain't going for none of this. Now, if we're talking about closing 4 or 5 schools in a district as big as HISD, then, okay, whatever what it is. But I remember what I just showed you. In Chicago, they closed 49 one morning. So I'm about to show you, and I'm going to break it down to you and explain to you the numbers that they're going to use, that they thinking about using to close our schools. Now, I want you to understand, I don't want you to get nervous when I put the number up. I don't want you to get nervous, because I didn't even do the whole school district. I only did 3 out the 9 districts. 3. So I only did the black districts. Only 3. So now you're about to see the first official list based on how they say they might do it, because they're going to say he's lying and he don't know what he's talking about. But this is the way that it will look. Let me stop my screen. Let me share my screen. And we're going to get this up for you. Hold on a second. Let's go. All right, y'all. Let's start here. So we have a total -1 of 43 schools just in 3 districts based on how they say they're going to do it, that they would actually have to look at closing. Now, the first thing you see is the school, Attucks. Its current enrollment is 61. No, I'm going to start with Foster Elementary. Let's go elementary, middle, and then high school. The threshold to keep a school open in elementary would be to have at least 500 kids. And as you can see, Foster only has 436. They would hit the list. Middle school, the threshold is 700. Attucks only has 461. Hold on. Some people say they can't see it. So let me go back. Let me see if I can make this bigger for you guys. Hold on a second. Let's see what I can do. Hold on just a second. Just a second. Let me see. How can I make this bigger? Okay. There we go. Does that work for you? Okay. So let's go over here to Foster Elementary. I'm going to be working on another page. All right. I'm going to be working on another page, so I can't see you guys at the moment. All right. Does that work? That's a little bit better for you. Okay. So let me go back to my other page. So bear with me. All right. Because I'm working on 2 different screens. I wish I had dual screens and then I could show you. So Foster Elementary has 436 kids, but they need 500. They would hit the list. Okay. So now let's go to middle school. Middle school is 700 kids. But as you can see, Attucks only has 461. All right. So elementary, you need 500. Middle school, you need 700. So let's go down here to high school because somebody needs 1,000. High school, you need 1,000. Oh, Yates only has 874. Anything under that 1,000, you can hit the list. So let's look at who's on the list. At the current moment, if this list was to come out today, you'd have Attucks Middle School, Foster Elementary, Hartsfield Elementary, Blackshire Elementary, Thompson Elementary, Yates High School, Madding Elementary, Alcott Elementary, Thomas Middle Schools, Young Women's Prep, Challenge Early College, Warden K-8, Codwell Elementary, Kelso Elementary, Jones Future Academy, Fondren Elementary, Reynolds Elementary, South Early College, Peterson Elementary, Houston Academy International, the Energy High School, Cullen Middle School, Fleming Middle School, Key Middle School, Love Elementary, Cashmere Garden Elementary, Mickey Leland Prep, High School Ahead, Burris Elementary, Wesley Elementary, Page Elementary, Pleasantville Elementary, Williams Middle School, Osborne Middle School, Nat Q Middle Elementary, McGowan Elementary, North Forest High School, Wheatley High School, Ross Elementary, Holland Middle School, Isaacs Elementary, Booker T. Washington High School, and Davila Elementary. Now, which one of you trustees knew this and didn't tell your community what these people were thinking? Do you clearly understand what will happen to the city of Houston if all these schools close? If you try to consolidate, say, Wheatley, Cashmere, and North Forest, you're creating a gang situation you could never imagine. So what are we going to do? See, I told y'all. Y'all that could have voted, didn't vote. Now you're at the mercy of these people. And the sad part is every Negro politician that somebody knows about this list, and they're not saying anything to you guys. They ain't got to tell me nothing. I already know. They ain't got to tell me nothing. I already know. So I need each one of you that's listening and making comments. If these schools close, this will affect you. Because when they closed those 49 schools in Chicago, it got very, very violent in that city. But more importantly, where does this superintendent come from? And what is going on with this dude? Y'all. Fallon asked, is the information included in previous board minute meetings? Fallon, listen to me, baby. When it comes to HISD, I'm that dude. They ain't got included in the meetings. I know everything that's going on. This is why they're afraid of me. This is why they don't want me around this place. And I get it. But now the question is, y'all that don't think this is that serious, let it happen and find out. We will never recover. So now the question becomes, if all the politicians know what really is supposed to go on in the coming months, then now we see why you caping for them, the trustees that's running in the runoffs that you want to get back in the seats, because you already know if anybody else sits in those seats, you don't have a shot in hell of pulling this plan off. Now, Kendrick Simpson say people should have known that in the beginning of the year when it ain't got nothing to do with enough teachers, Kendrick. See, let me help y'all, bro. I need y'all to get out that box. I need y'all to get out that box. This ain't got nothing to do with enough teachers. This got something to do with the fact, let me see some. Ali Muhammad say 3 of the oldest black high schools are on the list, Washington, Yates, and Wheatley. And you know what's crazy, Ali? It ain't but 6 traditionally black high schools left in the state of Texas. They would wipe out half of them. So this is not about not having enough teachers, y'all. See, I'm going to tell y'all something. If you're going to get in this conversation with me, I got love for you. But I need you to understand, I eat, sleep, and shit this. Understand? I do this every day. When you punch in your clock, this is what I do. Education every day. This is bigger than what we could imagine. So these schools that they plan on rebuilding with another bond, it can't be these. None of the ones that's on that list. It can't be any of the ones that's on that list. So, well, what if they trying to close our school? Can we put a permanent mark on Yates or Wheatley or Washington? No, because you let them turn your school a different direction. I told y'all when they were doing it. It was a bigger plan. All y'all saw was y'all getting this nice school and it faces a different street. It was a plot behind it. It was a plot behind it. See, a lot of y'all want me to be wrong, but I'm sorry, I'm never wrong. You want me to be wrong because I'm loud. You want me to be wrong because you say I'm obnoxious. You want me to be wrong, but I'm sorry, I'm not. And I'm never going to be wrong because I do the work. So now you got all these schools that these people could possibly want to close. What the hell is city going to do? What this city going to do? And I'm not laughing because it's funny. I'm laughing because as people, black, white, whatever you are, stop playing like you're smart with this. You're smart in the areas that you're smart in. But when it pertains to this, a lot of people don't know what they're talking about, and they just run their mouth. So is that a reason why you're letting the schools implode on the inside with all the fights and all of that? Fallon, if that's what you believe, that baby, I don't know if you've been in another city all these years. They ain't got to meet no criteria to get no bond. They gonna push that bond through. All they need is the right board members to vote to do a bond. So this is where I'm at with y'all. Just I'm not finna even look at your comments right now on the other side. Where you are right now is you at the crossroads. You at the crossroads, baby. And if they close that many schools, if they even try to consolidate some of these schools, this shit gonna go haywire. Could you ever imagine trying to consolidate North Forest, Cashmere, and Wheatley? Those are rival neighborhoods. That's not gonna work. This is how we ended up with the gang situation when they closed Ryan. You forced the kids from Third Ward to have to go to school at Cullen. So they created these gangs to protect themselves. And now the shit that got out of control. But my question to you guys is, if I know this and I don't sit on the board, why your board member ain't telling your community? Why the board member can get on my phone, on my live, on my thread on Facebook and make comments about this, but not come to your community and tell you? You know, they said Martin Luther King was dumb. They said that Malcolm was dumb. They were ignorant. They didn't know what they were talking about. Sound familiar with Gerry Monroe? But it's something about Gerry Monroe, especially with education, that every time I say something, it normally happens. The only districts that I did, Tamika, were the only districts that I did. Hold on a second, y'all. The only district that I did, Tamika, were District 2, District 4, and District 9. So that means the 3 black trustees, Myrna Guidry, Kathy Buford Daniels, and what's this other woman's name? Myrna, Kathy, and 2 is Kathy, 4, and Patricia Allen. Why y'all not talking to your communities? Why y'all not telling this to y'all people? No, I know what you're doing. You're talking to certain people in the community that's connected politically. You keeping this under wraps. So let me tell you how they're gonna go down. This is how they're gonna work when it come up for a vote. If the black ones can have political protection, listen to what I'm telling you. Political protection, when you got to make a vote like this, means as long as the other ones, the other 6, got enough votes to close our schools, then they can hide behind that and vote to not close them. The only way that they can be smoked out is at least 2 of them people don't vote to close them schools, and then them black ones would have to step in that water. You ain't getting no political protection from me, because by you not coming to the community, I already know where you stand with this. I already know where you stand with this. So let's get something straight. When North Forest went down, I got the documentation from the Department of Education in D.C. Sheila Jackson Lee was standing in front of your community. We're going to fight for these schools, but I got the documentation that shows she sent a letter to TEA that said close them. Ain't nobody never told me I was a lie. So these people are going to stand in front of us and act like they're going to fight for these schools. And the whole time they just sold them down the river. Now, what this is going to do, you board members that like to sneak and watch my videos, you might want to get to your communities because right now you've been exposed. That's political protection, Sam. That's political protection. I've seen them do it too many times where they knew they wanted to vote, but they couldn't do it because they didn't want to look bad for their people. And as long as the other ones had enough votes to carry it, they could hide behind that. And then they could vote no. So now the question becomes, I'm in 9. I grew up in 4. Do you really think we're going to sit there and let you do it? Do you really think, Millard House, you going to come here in less than a year? 6 months. You ain't even been on the job 6 months, big homie. And you think we're going to sit back and let you do this to our communities? In my Cedric Entertainer voice, nigga, please. It ain't going to work. Y'all better tell y'all people to go to them polls. I don't care if you like them or not. Kendall Baker ain't going to vote to close no school. It's not going to happen. Bridget Wade ain't going to vote to close no school. And Caroline Walter ain't going to vote to close no school. Now, I don't know where Jeanette Linda Garza stands. But I know them 3 ain't going to vote to close no schools. And if you got them 3 on the board, plus the other 3 black ones, they either going to stand up for our schools or they going to sell them out right in front of you. You better get your people to the polls because they own some bullshit. And I'm telling you that I can't ride with that, man. Now, y'all ain't got to listen to the messenger. I just gave you the message. Let's look at it again. Y'all ready? I'm going to go back down this list for you so that you can see what they plan on doing to us. This is what they're planning. They plan on doing to us. So as I said before, if you go to Addicts needs to have 700 kids, but they only have 461. They would be on the list. Foster Elementary needs 500 kids, but they only have 436. And they don't give them no time to go get no kids. So the first high school I get to is Jackie A. Senior High School, who needs 1,000, but they only have 874. Now, let me tell you why they ain't going to bother Yates, because they ain't stupid. So this is what they're going to do to Yates. Watch this. You're going to love this. This cool. We only got 1 middle school. How the hell are you in a whole district and you ain't got but 1 middle school? Cullen only has 352 kids. So if they kill Cullen, they kill Yates. But let's go down the list again. So we got Addicts Middle School, Foster Elementary, Hartsfield Elementary, Blackshire Elementary, Thompson Elementary, Yates High School, Madden Elementary, Alcott Elementary, Thomas Middle School, Young Women's Prep, Challenge Early College, Warden K-8, Codwell Elementary, Kelso Elementary, Jones Future Academy, Fondren Elementary, Reynolds Elementary, South Early College, Peterson Elementary, Houston Academy International. The Energy High School should have never been built in the first place. Not over there. Cullen Middle School, Fleming Middle School, Key Middle School, Love Elementary, Cashmere Garden Elementary, Mickey Leland Prep, High School Ahead, Burrs Elementary, Wesley Elementary, Page Elementary, Pleasantville Elementary, Williams Middle School, Osborne Elementary, Nat Q Elementary, McGowan Elementary, North Forest High School, Wheatley High School, Ross Elementary, Holland Middle School, Isaacs Elementary, Booker T. Washington, and Davila Elementary School. Now, HISD, I know you want to say that fat mother. Tell them I'm lying. You call me whatever you want to call me. Tell them I'm lying. You want to fight Miller House? And we've been knowing this for a couple of weeks. You want to fight, then you can have a fight, homie. But if you think you're going to get our schools that easy with that old makeshift board you got, I'm going to leave you with this here. The streets got something to say. The streets got something to say. I tried to tell y'all, some people so busy worrying about my attitude that you don't be listening to the messages. Don't get mad at the message. Don't get mad at the messenger. You might need to start listening to the message. Say it's a reason. I'm the best in the business. The #1 education advocate in the state of Texas. But I tell you what, HISD, if you looking for a fight, you finna get one. Let's go, man. Millen House, you need to come up with a plan to fix every one of them schools. Because you ain't closing our schools, partner. And that's what it is. And we ready to go to war for them. Some days, Doc, Muhammad, I feel like a prophet, homeboy. I tried to tell you. Y'all have a good night. I'll post the list on Facebook.